Entering the world of sales can be both exciting and challenging. As a new professional in the competitive business landscape, developing key sales skills early on will set the foundation for a successful career. But where do you start? Hello everyone, this is Sonia, your host and companion on Thinking Out Loud Thursdays, and today we're going to be talking about the essential sales skills that you need to have if you really want to boost your career. So if you're into sales, stay tuned with me till the end of the video. And that does not limit people to just in those sales roles, because no matter you are in marketing, in finance, legal, whichever department, every day without realizing we are doing sales in some way or the other, convincing our managers, convincing our head of departments and getting some approvals. So somewhere down the line, we are utilizing some sales techniques to get our job done. So stay tuned and let's get started with today's episode. But before we start, please consider subscribing to my channel as it's a big motivator for me. And of course, as always, we always start our episode with a sip of coffee. So please grab your cups and let's start the episode. The first one is product knowledge is the king or the queen. You need to know everything in and out. You have to have very deep understanding and knowledge about the product or the service that you're representing, or you are selling that product or service to any prospect or customer. Understanding the features, the benefits of the products is very, very crucial. How is it solving the problems of the customers? How are we addressing the pain points? How is our product so relevant to the customer? So when you know all about your product, it basically is empowering you to answer all the questions that a customer might throw at you very confidently. And you can tailor your sales pitch in accordance with the specific needs and preferences of your customer. Here, don't get just stuck on the product manual, any brochures, any literature that the company has given you, but get out of your comfort zone. Go look at what is the competition doing, what are the market trends, what are the customers speaking about, the pain points that they have or any other product that they've experienced, what are they talking about. If your existing customers have already utilized those products, look at what are their testimonials, what are they saying about your product and service. Are they very happy? Did they see good results or not? Or are they very unhappy with your product that was sold to them? So please do not get stuck on only getting information what is fed into you, but also look beyond that information so that you're able to do your pitch in a right manner to the customer. By doing this, you don't act like just a sales professional, but you actually start acting like a trusted advisor to the customer. For example, if there is a project management software and if you really don't know what the features are, what the benefits are, how is it saving time for the customers? How can you increase your productivity, etc.? If you don't know about it, how will you pitch that product to your customers? So please understand, product knowledge is the king and the queen, and there is no two ways about it, because I've seen a lot of salespeople, they're so excited and so enthused that they just want to go and start interacting with customers, and they just very in a hurried manner, they read whatever is the information and they do not rehearse, they don't talk to the other team members, and they simply just want to sit in front of the customer and start closing sales. That's a very wrong way of doing that. So please get your act together and don't rush into things, because it's a slow process. It's going to need some time and it's going to need a lot of your patience. The next one is active listening. Don't just listen to answer to the customer, but please listen to understand what the customer is speaking about. What are the objections he has? What are the pain points that they're sharing? Why is the customer so frustrated? What actually he needs? So when you start listening to the customer to understand where the customer is coming from, what are the challenges that the customer is facing, and how your product is going to fill in the gap, don't be in a hurry to do the sales pitch, because you're so excited and you really want to close the sale even before the customer has shared all of their points as to what are the challenges that they're facing, what exactly they're looking for. You jump the gun and you start doing your sales pitch, and then you don't close the sale, and then you go tell your boss that I don't know why I was not able to do the closure. I actually shared all the features, all the benefits, etc., but still the sale did not close because you were not listening to the customer. You have to listen to understand each and every point that the customer is sharing. So please do not interrupt. Listen and then start with your sales pitch. When the customer is talking to you, maintain eye contact. Nod sometimes in between. Give a smile. Take a pen and paper. Start noting down some of the main points that the customer is sharing with you. And in the end, recap what the customer has said so that the customer knows that you've understood each and every point that the customer has shared with you. But for sure, do not interrupt the customer. Don't appear busy. Have the right body language. So please actively listen and understand where the customer is coming from, and then prepare whatever is the pitch that you want to give to your customers. Here, I'd like to highlight one more thing, that please start asking clarifying questions to the customers so that you're able to get the maximum out from the customer in terms of their requirement, in terms of their needs. So if a customer has just shared the frustration about another product that the customer was using and he was not very happy, you can simply just ask by saying, "So can you just share a little more about the challenges that you were facing in that product?" So by doing this, what you're doing is you're asking the customer to share more and more information. And when the customer is sharing that, you get enough meat to work on, you get enough information to absorb, and then make the right pitch to the customer. Now, the next one is building rapport, which is actually foundation for trust and for building connection with your customer. Again, I would like to go back to the same thing, that we are in so much hurry that we don't want to actually build a little rapport with the customer, which is just simply establishing a very friendly, relatable connection with your customer. But we don't have the time. We don't want to do that. We don't want to build a rapport with our customer, but we just want to simply go and pitch for the sale. And then we regret as to, I don't know why I'm not able to meet my target. I don't know why I couldn't close the sale. Build a rapport so that the customer becomes very comfortable with you. He becomes or she becomes more open in speaking the heart out in terms of sharing everything, the challenges, the needs, the desires, the dreams, etc. And this rapport building actually will help you move closer to closing your sale as well. Be personal with your customers in terms, you can even ask the customer, how would you like me to address you? Would you like me to address you by your last name or your first name? Or do you think sir, ma'am is good for you? So when you start asking these things, the other person, when they say, oh, no, it's fine, you call me by my first name, or you can call me by my last name, or whatever, the other person is giving you the permission how they would like to be addressed. Have a smile on your face. Greet the person very warmly. Offer some tea, coffee, make them feel comfortable, offer them a glass of water. All these are courtesies that you should offer before you get down to business. Be genuine with your customers and not act like a robot asking the same questions back and forth. So what is your requirement? What can I show you? These are the features. So don't act like a robot, but actually engage in a good, nice, warm conversation with your customers. Find some common ground, acknowledge and appreciate whatever the customer is sharing with you in terms of the goals, in terms of accomplishments, any concerns that they have. Do not start dominating the conversation with your product and features right in the beginning. For example, if the customer has a concern about increasing the efficiency and productivity of their team, so you can simply say, I understand that increasing the efficiency of your team is your top priority. Can you share more about the challenges that you're facing? The customer is happy because you want to know more about the challenges that he's facing, and somewhere in the subconscious mind, the customer is also looking forward to that. Will you be able to give him some different solution that the other people were unable to give? Now, another skill that you need to have if you're especially into sales is objection handling. If you're into sales, be very prepared that you'll have a lot of objections coming from your customers. But please note, objections do not mean rejections. The customer is only raising objections and is giving you the opportunity to convert that objection into a confirmation, into a yes, giving you the opportunity to address those concerns and show value in terms of what your product and service can do for the customer. So if the customer says that your software is very expensive, instead of saying that, yes, sir, we know that it is expensive, but this is the cost, there's nothing I can do about it. Instead of saying the same thing, you can simply talk about in the long run, in the long term, what is the cost that the customer will save? How will his efficiency and the productivity of the team will be far better? So here, practice comes into picture. Please start practicing any common objections that the customers actually throw at you. If you've just joined a new organization, please ask your seniors and your colleagues that what are the common objections that the customers are raising and how do you address them. So start practicing those objections, but it should look natural and not like talking like a robot and all that, okay, ratta maar liya in answers ko and client ke samne suna diya. No, if you're practicing, practice, and when you're talking to the customer, speak very naturally. One common mistake that most of the salespeople do is that if they get a rejection, if they are not able to close the sale, they take it very personally. कि मेरे में ही कुछ खराबी होगी कि मैं सेल नहीं कर पाया, मेरे में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है जो मुझसे ये सेल ही नहीं हो रही है. So please do not take it personally. Be very calm, listen and address the concerns that the customer has. That's all is in your hands. You can only address the concerns and you cannot literally snatch the check from your customers. Once all the concerns are addressed, the customer will for sure close. Focus on the solution. That's the key here. And lastly, closing the sale. Now, this is again, I've seen many salespeople who are very good in rapport building, who are very good in offering solutions, very good with active listening, making notes, great, they actually build a great chemistry with their customers. But when it is time to ask for a closure, they are very scared. They don't know what to do. They feel very conscious, as if, you're asking something that you should be asking your customer. So closing the sale or closing the deal is the art of asking. You need to ask for a call to action that, sir, okay, fine. If there is no other concern, can I go ahead and schedule a demo for you where, you can actually see all the benefits that I was mentioning about. I can explain, I can show you all how these features are going to add value to you and to your team. Whatever offer that you want to make, please make it at that point of time. Whatever options you want to give in terms of budget, in terms of value, whatever that you're giving, any discount coupons you want to give, whatever that you want to offer at that stage, you should just give all options, let the customer choose, and then you can close the sale. Don't be afraid to ask for a closure. Be confident and go ahead and ask for a closure because you've spent a lot of time with that customer. You've been cooking that customer because you want to do a sale closure, right? Cooking meaning that you've actually spent a lot of journey in terms of building rapport with the customer, getting to know the customer better. What are the needs? What are the desires? What are the pain points? What challenges the customer is facing? And now you've addressed all the concerns and he is ready. Only thing what you need to do is you need to ask for a closure. So don't be afraid, be confident and go ahead and do your closures. Please remember, people do not buy features, but they buy the benefits. So if you've started your career in sales, please remember that this will need time. It's going to need a lot of practice. It's going to need a lot of patience from your end. And you need to be wearing a learning hat all the time. Please look at what the market is doing. What are the other products coming in? What are the market trends? What are the customers speaking about, etc. Always be very curious. Attend seminars, attend webinars, speak to the leaders within the company, speak to your colleagues, do a bit of networking. Sales is all about networking. On that note, we come to the end of our episode. I hope you found value in this video. And if there's anything else that you would like to ask me, my email is mentioned on the screen. You can either write to me or you can leave a comment and I will certainly address all your concerns. And if there's any other topic that you would like me to make a video on, then please do leave a comment or you can even write to me and I will certainly make a video on that topic in the coming weeks. Wishing you all rewarding career in sales or whichever career path that you've taken. Have a fabulous day, everyone, and I'm going to see you next Thursday. But before you go, please consider subscribing if you've still not done so. Bye-bye.